Hello, how are you? I am back again, and today I'm sat a little bit further back in my chair because I want to show you something that is my first ever designer handbag, and it's quite big, so I needed a little bit more room to like stretch out and show you and get it all in frame. So I'm kind of excited about this video. I can't believe I've never shown you this bag before, because like back when I got it, it was like my pride and joy. I honestly felt like the coolest girl. I felt so good. It was my first ever designer bag. I felt like when I got on the bus in London, I was like, people are looking at my bag. Like I genuinely was like, this bag is so cool, and I felt so good using it, and I was like, bet they're checking out my bag. I bet they're checking out my bag too. Like I honestly felt like so good wearing it, and I think it's kind of the bag that kind of started a little bit of like my handbag obsession, where like I just love to wear a lovely handbag and feel good about my bag and just feel good and like enjoy it. Like it really made me enjoy my handbag, and like literally I think I bought this, I was trying to work it out, I think it was like 14 years ago, which is wild. It might be longer, it might be a little bit shorter, but I think if anything it's longer. It was a really long time ago. I mean, it was like 5 years that I've been in Margate. About 5, 10, I think it's around 14 years. Like I literally think I bought this 14 years ago, and I have to say it's looking so good. Like it's looking incredible. Like I cannot fault the quality. I didn't even pay that much for it. Like back in the day I felt like it was so much money, but like looking back, it was actually a pretty affordable handbag, and they still are really affordable. But like the quality and the fact that I wore it so much, I used it day in, day out, I used it for overnight, I used it at the weekend, I used it in the week, I used it all the time. And the fact that I used it this much and it still looks this good is a true testament to the brand. So I'm going to show it to you because, yeah, I'm just waffling on too much, but I'm too excited. I'm too excited. Anyway, here it is, my first ever designer bag. This is the Vivienne Westwood. I want to say it's the Derby bag. I think it's a Derby bag. Or is it the Ebury? I think it's the Derby bag. And I literally bought it 14 years ago. I bought it from one of the stores in London. My friend actually worked there at the time, and he gave me a discount, and I was like, I can't afford it. I was so broke, and he was like, you love it so much, just buy it, you can use my staff discount. So I got a good percentage off, but I still was like, I can't afford it, but I did it anyway, and I don't regret it. Do you know what I mean? I do not regret it. And back in the day, oh god, I was so broke. I was literally earning, I think, £900 a month. My rent cost 400. Then I had my council tax on top. Then I had a car to run. And then I had to get into London to work every day. Like I was so broke. I used to carry my lunch in here because I couldn't afford to buy Pret. And I used to get the bus for an hour and a half every day each way. So 3 hours return journey, like actual commute to work and back. So I used to carry a book in here, carry magazines in here. It was pre-iPhone days, or maybe the iPhone came out, but I didn't have it because I couldn't afford it. Like, it was hard, it was tough times. But I also figured if I bought this bag, then I could carry my lunch to work every day because I couldn't afford to buy it. And I figured if I had this bag, I could put my lunch in it every day and put my water in, and eventually it would like pay for the bag. I don't really know. But either way, I ended up buying the bag, and I do not regret it. I didn't regret it back then. I loved it so much. I thought it was like the best bag ever. It was actually, looking back, it was actually like quite an adventurous bag, and like it was like everybody just wore black bags or brown bags, and this was actually like a pretty adventurous bag. Like now when I look at the Vivienne Westwood website, there are like loads of like coloured, iridescent, amazing finished bags, like amazing. By the way, the sale that is on right now is incredible. I'll put the link below. It's really good. But yeah, now the bags are like so fabulous. But back then, this was probably like one of the more adventurous bags, which is crazy because looking at it now, I'm like, oh, it's kind of quite plain. It's kind of like not that colourful. But back then it was like a statement bag, which is kind of crazy because it was quite big. and it had the check. And yeah, back then it seemed like quite an adventurous statement bag, but now it's like almost tame. Oh, I just dropped my cheat sheet. Bear with me. So like I said, back then I paid like 300, maybe a bit less for this bag. And actually they've not gone much up in price since then. So if you do want to buy one of these now, they kind of retail for like 500 to 550 right now. Apart from if you go on sale, and then literally you can get them for like 300, which is amazing because that's what I paid for mine like 14 years ago. And they've got a really good iridescent one, which is a bit smaller than this. I'm really tempted for it. It's very good. What else do I have on my cheat sheet? Oh, I measured it. It's 41 centimeters wide. So if you're wondering what size this is, I think it's the large, and it's 41 centimeters across. I'm just gonna run through the bag with you. It's obviously not leather. Back when I bought this, she did make leather bags, but now she doesn't. They are all non-leather. This is a coated canvas. It's actually really sturdy. It's really nice quality. The stitching on it is all perfect. The handles on it feel great. I have literally had this in storage for years. I mean, literally, I bought it like 14 years ago. I don't use it much now, but back years ago, I wore it for years, day in, day out. Like, it never got a day off, quite frankly. And it's like, it's held up so well. Like, the quality is incredible. This bad boy is so hard wearing that I can't quite get over how good it looks, considering I've got bags that are newer that look more well worn than this one does. Anyway, I'm gonna give you a quick spin around the bag. So on the bottom, we've got 5 little standy stud things. They've all got the Vivienne Westwood orb on. Some of them are a little bit scratched up now because obviously years of use, but not too bad. The corners, you can see a little bit of wear to the corners, but nothing huge, nothing that I would ever notice or anybody would ever notice. On the front, there's the diamond handles which are stitched on here, which are really lovely, and these have got the Vivienne Westwood press studs. If you get one of the more modern ones, they will have the Vivienne Westwood orb, but that wasn't an option back then. Like, this was kind of like how they branded, and now the orb is much, much bigger. These straps, if you're smaller than me, you might be able to get it over your shoulder, but generally it was more of a crook of the arm or a top handle bag. In terms of when and where I used it, everywhere and anywhere. I wore it literally to work. I would put my lunch in it. I would put my books in it. I would put notebooks in it. I would literally put everything in here. In the winter, I used to have like extra scarves and gloves. Everything would go in. It was a total Mary Poppins bag. I used to do my makeup on the bus because I couldn't get up early enough to get my makeup done, so I used to put my makeup in here and literally do my full face makeup on the bus. God, I'm so basic, like not even funny. And then on the inside, oh, and I also used to use it for overnight stays. I don't use it for overnight stays anymore because I did buy another Vivienne Westwood bag eventually, which is like a bigger, like purpose-built overnight bag. But if ever you are going away and you're wondering if you can squeeze it all in, you actually can, which is pretty good. Anyway, on the inside, it's got the Vivienne Westwood, I think it's called like the graffiti orb print, and then the metal label is in gold. It says Vivienne Westwood London, made in Italy, which is very fancy. But yeah, it's got a good thick coated canvas lining. It's got just one pocket, actually, one zipped up pocket. The zip still works, which is incredible. I mean, it's such an old bag and it literally, it's just worn so well. It's incredible. I have had it like just stored in my wardrobe for ages, and I keep, this is quite funny, but I keep bubble wrap in mine just to kind of keep the shape of the bag. So I think that is why the shape of the bag, it's not like creased and crumpled. It's actually looking pretty good. And then I have the dust bag, which came with it just to kind of protect it and keep it from getting dusty. So yeah, I pad the inside and then wrap it on the outside with the dust bag. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know, I just loved it. Like, I just thought it was like so good. I'm so impressed with how well it's worn over the years. Yeah, I think I paid like probably just under £300 because of my friend's discount. but I think the full price of it was around 320 back then, but now they're like 500, which I think is well worth the money. The Vivienne Westwood sale, I have to say, is absolutely incredible. Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, the quality, impeccable. Like, it's had so much wear over the years. Like, I cannot stress enough how much I use this bag for such a long time, and it looks incredible. I think the one criticism I have is that when you have it fully loaded up with like iPad, books, makeup, everything, it can be quite heavy. But I think any bag which is quite big and well made is going to be quite heavy. But yeah, I love it. I think it's wonderful. It's a bit of a relic now. I don't use it that often, although I'm kind of tempted to start using it again. It's beautiful in the winter, such good quality, so hard wearing, completely non-leather. So if you are one of my vegan friends, you can wear it with no worries. And yeah, my first ever designer bag. I love it so much. It kind of started my obsession. I wore it so much. I cannot even describe how much I used it, and it was just like, it was like my best friend when I moved to London, because I didn't have many friends, but I did have my bag, and my bag had my lunch in it, had my book in it, had my Game Boy in it, like, it had it all in, and I loved it and I used it, and yeah, I still have it. I don't think I'll ever part with it. I have sold quite a lot of my handbags over the years, and this is one that I just don't think I could ever get rid of because it was so special. And yeah, it's so well made and it's so hard wearing. So yeah, if you are ever thinking about buying one of these, obviously I got mine 14 years ago, so I don't know if the factories have changed since then, but I can promise you that mine is very hard wearing and I love it so much. And yeah, look out for the Vivienne Westwood sales because they're really good. Also, these bags do come in different sizes. I think mine is a large, but if you want to check against mine, if you measure it here, mine is 41 centimeters. So I hope that's of help. I'm going to check my cheat sheet quickly in case I forgot anything. No. There's a good sale on right now, I wrote. Free returns if you do buy anything. Mine is a PVC coated cotton, which is like a coated canvas. They're around 500 to 550 to buy full price. I think it's called the Derby Bag, and I wrote to myself, first ever designer bag, as if like I would forget that information. But yeah, that is my video. I hope it's of help. I hope you don't mind me rambling on so much about my bag, but it's just, it holds memories. It holds so many memories, and it held a lot of lunches. Anyway, that is my video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again very soon. Have a lovely day. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, bye.